Hello and welcome to Mickey Art. My name's Michelle Edhouse and today I'm painting on a bamboo serving paddle. Now I've seen somebody else months and months and months, actually probably years ago, painting on a breadboard and on rings of wood and then putting resin over them. And so that's my plan with this. I always looked at it and went, oh yum, I would love to have one of those in my home. So I found this bamboo serving paddle and I thought I'm going to give it a go. So now the first thing that I'm going to do is take that out. Second thing I'm going to do is I am going to just check how, I've not done this before guys, so I'm just going to work you through my process. And what I desire to do with this this series on my channel is just show you what I do, how I do it, and just gives me a sense of, give you a sense of how me as an artist work and what tools and techniques you could do to create a similar result. Now what I was looking at doing there with water was just to check if there is an oily residue on the paddle, and when you'll see it hasn't beaded up and run off. It's not seeming to create any big problem. What it is doing though is just lifting those fibers, and that's not really a problem because I'm not planning on rubbing like I just did. So just gonna get the excess. If you do rub in the direction of the grain, it's always a bonus. And so that was easy, because the reason I wanted to check that was it did say to maintain the condition of the surface, occasionally season the board with cooking oil, and that was what prompted me to look at that. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a bit of a moat, and I don't know whether it's going to stick now that I've made that wet. Actually, no, I'm not going to bother, because you know what, you can, if any paint comes underneath and I want to clean that off, I can just sand that off, because it is just wood. I can just sand it straight off before a resin and we'll be good to go. So I'm not going to include the resining in this video. That may be for a future video. This video is just for the painting side of it. I'm actually going to paint on this side. Now what I noticed on the other side was this little slight imperfection in the wood here, and that part's not going to be covered in paint. I'm only going to sort of paint that and the handle, because I want to be able to leave some of the wood available for cutting cheese. My idea that I have is that you put the crackers on the painted area and the cheese on the wooden area, so that you can still cut on the board without affecting the resined paint. So that is my thinking behind this. So what colours are we going to use today? Basically, most of my paints are Reeves Acrylic Fine Artist quality. They do have a non-toxic, if I can find it somewhere on there, it does say non-toxic. I wouldn't eat it, and it's, as much as once it's dry it's waterproof. I'm not going to rely on that for something that's going to get washed regularly. So I just realised I've got white paint throughout my hair. Ugh, gross. Look at this. I can't. Anyway, so what colours am I using today? I'm going to use the phthalo blue that I just showed you, which is this one. I'm going to use the gold, which is this one. And I'm noticing a real dynamically unfocused look. I'm just going to polish the lens. Hold on. Do you notice the difference? I don't know. I'm also going to use some silver, which is that one. And I've got a small amount of copper, which is this one. And I'm going to just use those 4 colours. Now, because I've only got a tiny amount of the copper, I'm actually going to pour the other colours into this. And I've sort of scraped it all into one corner to hopefully have enough liquid paint for it to actually come out when I do it. So I'm going to take the what I'm going to do, now I've gone and tilted it back again, put that lid under there. I'm going to layer it blue, metallic, blue, metallic, blue. Okay, and I'm going to pour from a reasonable height. Do I want silicone in this? Yes, no. Not going to put any silicone in. The reason for that is because I hate trying to clean silicone off paint to resin, and because I know that I'm going to be resining, I am going to leave it out. Okay, can drop that back down a little bit now. And this is what we call a dirty cut pour. And a dirty cut pour is literally where you pour all your colours in together, allow them to mix and mingle. In fact, mixing and mingling is the target. Do I want any more blue? Nope. Alright. So, and then I'm just going to do a flip cut. And a flip cut literally is that, where you put that on top and flip it over. How's it getting easier? Now what I'm going to do, just as a protective measure, is grab one of my gloves. I haven't used gloves for so long, I couldn't find them. And just put it on the one hand that's going to be handling the end of the board. Oh, look what I've done. Oh, somewhere in that process I have turned the board over and I have got that piece. Oh well, obviously that side of the board wants to be painted. What's right about that I'm not getting. So, clear a bit of inch space. So just so that I've got no paint on this hand where I'm handling the end that's going to be not painted. And I'm just going to grab that bit of paint and just, what am I doing? I'm seasoning the board, but seasoning it with paint. Showing it basically where I want it to go to. I don't want it any further than that. So, I'm just going to tilt. I haven't got any silicone in there, but I do have bubbles. So I'm going to just run the torch over and pop those bubbles, and they will actually act. That's looking like there is silicone in there. Where was the silicone? What did I have silicone in? Oops. Oh well, there goes my not having to clean out the silicone idea. Just going to lay my finger on there, get it to come to there, and then bring it back. By putting my finger around the side there, it just blocks the paint from falling off before it runs to where I want it to be. Oh, I'm quite pleased that there is silicone on there. Look at those cells, they are lovely. Now I mixed the phthalo blue and the gold first thing this morning and definitely didn't have any silicone in there. So it's either the silver or the copper that had it. Okay, now I need it to go back down that handle. So this is where having that guiding hand, look at my hand, it's so pretty. Scrape some of that onto there. And I've still got paint in my pot, so I'm just gonna pour that on as well. Because when there's a weight of paint that then goes, oh, I'm gonna run off the side, it drags all the paint that's behind it. Watch this. There we go. Look at that. That's so pretty. I like it. It's also all over my pot, so I don't want to put that down onto there. But wow, that is so pretty. And it's also almost in lines. We've got the copper, got the gold, we've got a greenishness created with the blue and the gold mixing to make a green look. And then, yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. And then the target will be with the resin is to just pour and tilt so that it comes out. But there's a lot of cells in there. There's definitely absolutely categorically there was silicone in there, so there'll be some massive cleaning work done before I resin it. Just check all my edges. See, this whole piece here has not got any paint, so just dabbing it. Oh, so pretty. Just get some of that bulk off, so we don't end up with little nibs of paint dripped that then become, look at my fingers. It's so glittery and pretty. Oh, I'm looking forward to seeing that finished. Okay, so I'm going to move that out of the way and we're going to make some pendants out of what's underneath. So bear with me a moment. Oh, actually, let me get you down and show you first what we've got already here. Now before I get you down, just spotted a couple of air bubbles in there and realised I haven't done that final air bubble pop, so that you guys get to see the whole process. It looks like all the silicone's already in the top. There's no new cells emerging. So let's get you down. Okay. Look at this. This is stunning. One colour plus metallics. Now, bear in mind that this, what looks like sort of a white, is silver. So once it dries, it'll be looking different. But these cells are just so pretty. And the cool thing about putting the resin on after is it'll come back up looking almost like this now as it is wet. It's so pretty. So let's put you back on the stand, move this aside, and have a look at what we've got under here. Check it out. That is pretty. Yum yum. Right. Well, there we go. How cool is that? I really like it. It has a super fun and funky shimmer to it from all of that metallic. And once it's been resined, it will pop back out like it looked like it was before. So remind me in a few weeks. I've got my resin coming, and as soon as it gets here, I'm going to clean up, as I said before. I'm going to clean all this off, and but just need to be really careful just to stay within that line. I might run the blade just around. Got to be careful with this bamboo though. What I noticed when I was cleaning it, and I mentioned it at the time, that it fibered up. So just gotta, if you're going to use a knife on it, definitely need to go with the fibers. And then once you've broken that line, you can just peel it off, just like that. Look at that. How easy is that? Now this, my dear friends, is exactly why we do not desire to just leave it painted. It needs to be sealed, and I really do recommend using a resin sealer, especially if you a food safe resin sealer, especially if you're planning to use it for food. Hey, you know, it could be used for all sorts of different things, really, couldn't it? When you stop and think about it, it could be used as a, ooh, careful, Michelle. You could make it into a trophy, like gift it to a school, have it engraved and gift it to a school as a trophy or something like that. Biggest stirrer. Oh, you might find that that's more suitable for a staff award rather than a kids award, but hey, you know. They used to have, at one job I worked at, they used to have a big paddle, well, a big wooden spoon, and if somebody was really being dodgy and stirring up the workmates, they got awarded the wooden spoon for being the biggest stirrer. So why not make the wooden spoon beautiful before you start giving it away? People might actually want to win it. Who knows? It might become a coveted prize. Anyway, I will finish cleaning that up and sand it so that you can't see any residue of paint on there before I resin. I'm going to leave that metal ring covered for when I resin, because I can't guarantee myself that I'm going to get that out nice and clean. I'll probably make a mess of it, to be honest. So there you go. That is what that looked like. Do you want to see what the pendants came out like? We've got a good selection here. I like these. They are funky. Check this out. How cool is that? This is just... I know yesterday I had them under the table and managed to block out the reflection, but I need the colours to shine on these because these are metallics. And it's so pretty. It's very busy, but it's very pretty. I like that one. And then keep my fingers there so they're in the right place. We've got that one. And that's quite nice. Nice indeed. And then we did the egg flower. Got sunflowers. This is an egg flower in my world. It is super cool. I love this piece. This is going to be in my I'm going to start a new series of pendants, and they're going to be the ones that I absolutely adore. And I'm looking at higher end ways of having them mounted, so not just the cheap backings that we've been using so far, but possibly even getting sterling silver pendant backings for them, cabochon backings. So that is all in the works, and this one is going to go into the pile for that. So I will keep you posted as that develops. I have a friend who's a jeweler, and he's chatting to me about possibilities with that. And then we've got this one there. I poured out the leftover straight into this, and what you'll see is whatever it's just like here. You can see the wood grain, and they where the paint has. See, you can see the wood grain there. Same deal with these, and if you get the paint thick enough, it comes out. Check this out. Looks like an elephant. There you go. There's its legs, giant grey ears, and its tiny little skinny trunk. Oh, that's so funny. I cracked myself up. But as you can see the little dots that were in the bottom of the pendant tray have come through. How much of that will disappear when we pour resin on top of that, I will let you know. So I'll do that at the same time as I resin the breadboard, and I will give you feedback on all of that in a future video. So if I haven't done it in about a couple of weeks, let me know, remind me. Sometimes I say I'm going to do something and I forget totally. So I adore you guys, and I will see you all super soon. Bye bye.